What is up? I'm back, boys. As y'all can see, I'm now home. It's been a great vacation. Um, yeah. Comment down below. How have you been blessed today? Um, yeah. Let's get right into the devotion of the day, I guess. Um, so first I'm gonna start with James 1, verse 22 through 24. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in the mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. I'm gonna be honest. I am very, very, very guilty of that. One of my biggest problems is that I read my Bible every day. I pray, but not once have I ever, in the moment, felt convicted and actually did what I was feeling convicted of. Um, and it says it clearly: those who read and do not do is like a man who looks in the mirror and forgets what he looks like. And I feel like I've kind of been on this trend. I mean, unintentionally too, of just talking about how like you gotta push through and you gotta keep going. Um, and I feel like this topic kind of goes along with that. Um, Guys, we can't be lazy whenever we read our Bibles, and we can't just hear, but we have to listen. In my personal opinion, hearing something and listening are two different things. Because hearing, I can hear what someone says. Listening, I actively listen. I take in what they say. I dwell on what they say, and I act upon what has been told to me. Um, a lazy faith is just as bad as a lukewarm faith, in my opinion. You can have all the faith in the world, right? You can believe all this in the world, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have faith, obviously, but I'm saying like you shouldn't have a faith that you say you're on fire for the Lord, but on the other hand, when it's like time to do something, it's like I don't want to do that. And it's like we read our Bibles. Like I said, we could read our Bibles, we could pray, we can say I love you, we can say whatever. But to me, faith without works is dead. Now, I'm not saying that you can work your way into heaven, but I am saying that your works should be a reflection of your faith, if that makes sense. You can't. I just don't think it works in general. Because I feel like my job as a Christian should be to lead other people to Christ, and how am I going to do that? By being lazy or not doing what is told of me in the Word. Um, there's so many things about laziness or putting things off or whatever, you know. But this verse to me hits different than all of those because it's not just talking about laziness. It's not just talking about putting something off, but it's specifically talking about reading the Bible and not doing what the Bible says. Um, the Bible says, or like to me, I think it should be any conviction, right? I think it shouldn't just be biblical conviction, but it should also be like prayerful conviction, if that makes sense. Because, like, if you felt convicted during prayer, I feel like you should go and do that and not just sit around and do nothing. Um, and I think I did a video at my mom's about Jonah yesterday. I'm sorry, I really like my days are just kind of merging. And I talked about how in the story of Jonah, Jesus sank a whole ship because one man was running. I mean, I think it still applies to this. Uh, I think I think that whole ideology of God's gonna keep coming at you until you do what He says isn't just because of you running, but also because of you doing nothing. I think running and doing nothing are just as bad. I think running and doing nothing are just as bad as also being a lukewarm Christian. Um, yeah. that's all I got. This is like I said, I just moved, just got back home yesterday, so um, I kind of just got the video out the best I could. A full 5 minutes instead of the three I've been doing while I was at my parents'. Um, so I pray that this has reached one of y'all, and I pray that this has spoken to one of y'all. Um, yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thank y'all so much.